Welcome to McCann Professional Dog Trainers. My name's Shannon and I'm here today with Melissa from Pets Plus Us Insurance. And we wanted to talk to you a little bit about safety with your pets, particularly when it comes to things like chewing and potentially being destructive in the home. As far as chewing goes, most dogs will chew, and we want them to chew. It's a great pastime for them, sort of like us reading a book, but we want to make sure we provide them with things that are safe to chew. Now, it's very important that until your dog is an adult and they have well-established chewing habits, you watch them very closely before taking the chance and leaving them unsupervised at all with anything to chew. Now, as a general rule, most vets, most people will recommend the Kong for most dogs. And the Kong is a fantastic chew toy. It's something that is usually pretty durable. However, there are some exceptions to that. Some dogs are very powerful chewers, and they will still chew through these. So again, that's the reason that it's very important to supervise your dogs first and make sure that they're safe with these things before leaving them alone. There's a stronger version of the Kong as well. The nice thing about the Kong is that you can slide things inside there like a cookie or maybe some peanut butter, give that to your dogs to chew, and that'll be a nice pastime for them. So be very cautious watching your dogs with anything, but a Kong is usually a safe bet. One of the other things we tend to recommend for chewing is the Nylabone. And Nylabones are a hard thing, but we want to make sure that your dogs aren't chewing off big hunks and they're not potentially biting right in and cracking teeth or cracking molars. Most dogs will be quite safe with this. They'll bristle up nicely and clean their teeth quite well. Something else worth mentioning with the Nylabone products is that some of them are quite pliable. We want to make sure that those ones are used for baby puppies only. Once they're about 4 months of age or older, especially if they're a large breed, this can be potentially dangerous by them being able to take off big chunks of that. A couple of things we like to talk about that are potentially unsafe for dogs. One of them is rawhide. And if you have a dog that's not a very powerful chewer at all, little tiny bits of this are okay, but a lot of dogs will take big hunks off of this. And Melissa was actually telling me earlier that rawhide is one of the biggest things they see on foreign body extraction surgery. So do be very cautious, very careful with rawhide. If you have a dog that's a big powerful chewer, a lab or something of that nature, taking a big knot off of a piece of rawhide and swallowing that whole can be potentially very dangerous for them. We also want to caution you about things that are not meant to be chew toys. This would be an interactive toy, something that your dog can play tug with, something that you can play retrieve with, but it's not something you should ever let them lay down and chew. Even if you're there supervising them, taking one of these pieces of string and swallowing it can be lethal for your dogs. We very highly recommend crate training. Very strong supervision for your dogs, but when you can't watch them, making sure that they're put away safely, where they can't get into mischief, they can't chew things that they shouldn't, they can't be destructive in the house at all, and you're not going to end up in a situation where your dog gets anxious at all when you're away. Now, Melissa's going to talk to us a little bit about foreign body extraction surgery and about some of the costs that are related to that and how Pets Plus Us can help you with that.
So I'm very fortunate to work with a company called Pets Plus Us, and we're an insurance company that offers some wonderful coverages for accident and illnesses for your pets. As a surgical veterinarian technician of over a decade, I myself have insurance for all of my pets, and for a good reason. My little guys have gotten into all kinds of trouble that have landed me into the emergency room, running up bills for removal of an elastic band on my cat when I was in university that cost me about $4,000.
Wow.
I decided I never wanted to be in that position again, and for that reason, all of my pets now have insurance. Something great to remember, we love crate training. It's a good way to keep them safe, and I love to hear that that's what you guys are promoting over here. Another good trick is if you're going to leave toys out or treats out with your pets that you are familiar with and know their eating habits, when you come home in the evening after work, count and make sure you have all the toys that you left out and they're all in the same condition as when you left. If not, you might be thinking you're going to have a problem in a little bit. Another good tip is after you've finished chewing on some of the harder toys that you've left for them, always check their teeth. Like Shannon mentioned, sometimes they can crack a tooth, which can lead to an abscess or an infection. So always just kind of take a look inside. You'll also sometimes see if they've had a little string or something that's come off one of their softer toys that's wrapped around the tooth, can become wrapped around the tongue, cause a choking problem. So we want to avoid things like that. If you're interested in checking us out, you can do so online. We can do a quote for you, and you can find out what it would cost to have a little extra peace of mind for your pet in case you ever find yourself in that situation.
There's also a great 8-week free trial program that we're running through McCann's that you can sign up for on the website as well. If you have any questions, give our office a call at 905-659-1888, and we will be more than happy to direct you. Bye for now.